One second. Whatever that's in the background, you can turn it off real fast.
Hold on. I want to mute this shit.
Alright, ready to go?
Hold on 1 second. Oh shit. Yeah, we can.
Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to paste the,
Alright.
Alright, here we are back with a Week 8 predictions video. Joined by Lil C, the Jets user, man. Glad to have you here for the first time, definitely.
What up, what up?
We're going to do a normal predictions video here. We're going to go through weekly awards, and then we're going to get into these predictions like that. Keep it moving. If you believe somebody's cheating or breaking rules or something along those lines, make sure that you send proof to one of the commissioners, and we'll get it dealt with and handled down. The commissioners are myself, the Bears user, Dean, he's the Packers user, uh, Dwayne, he's the Cowboys user, Adrian, he's the Ravens user, Eli, he's the Bills user. I'm forgetting CJ, he's the Seahawks user. That's the commission team. Make sure you get down to one of them. Also, if you're interested in being in one of these predictions videos or something like that, we're always willing to get new voices and things like that, different opinions. Make sure you mention it to one of those before mentioned commissioners. I'm gonna keep updating it so everybody tracking. This is not gonna be the last season in the league. There's gonna be one more year. Don't bail on your draft picks yet. Dean uploaded a decent draft class, so there's gonna be some nice players in it. Um, we're getting a few of these CPU games in. I know we've got two users, the Texans and the Raiders, who are on autopilot for a little while. They've got some stuff going on. And then we also have two teams that are not claimed, the Chargers and the Jaguars. If you've got a CPU game, listen, the CPU game must be streamed. You need to send that to one of the commissioners that I mentioned. All other normal rules apply, but make sure you let us know before the game so we can change it to all pro, and then we can change it back to all Madden after. Don't just start your game. Also, there's no restarts in CPU game. If for any reason you restart and we don't see that it's like a connection error, you're going to get a forced loss. Whatever the score is. All that taken care of. Let's go ahead and get into it. For the weekly awards, the NFC Offensive Player of the Week, Tony Pollard ran wild with 36 carries, 352 yards, 10 yards of carry, 6 rushing touchdowns for the Bears. They ran all over the Lions last week. Not sure his name, but Rumph, the second outside linebacker for the Cardinals, had 6 tackles, a sack, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown. So good all-around game for him. AFC Offensive Player of the Week is Jets Camden Andrews, 6 of 12, 158, 2 passing touchdowns. He also ran the ball 11 times for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. So good all-around game for you there, rushing with that QB. AFC Defensive Player of the Week, Juan Thornhill, the safety for the Chiefs, 6 tackles, 2 picks, and a forced fumble. Good all-around game for him there as well. Let's go ahead and I just want to check and make sure there's no yearly awards yet. I don't think there is. Yeah, there's not. Let's go ahead and get into these predictions. The 2 games of the week are going to be the
Yeah.
Bears and the Jets, and the what's the other one? I can't remember all of a sudden. Bears and Jets and the Lions at Patriots. Another game I'm really interested to see is Bucks and Vikings. So if y'all want to stream that game as well, I'm sure the league would appreciate it. We're gonna start it off with Lions at Patriots. Actually, let me pull up everybody's records and update Daddy Leagues while I'm thinking about it. 1 second. I usually do it before, but I forgot. All right, Daddy Leagues is updated. All right, and the records. The Lions are 1-6 at the moment. The Patriots are 6-1. Just took his first loss of the week last week to you. He got absolutely thumped by running QB Camden Andrews, and we know that's what Bunny likes to do. So this is why I picked it as one of the games of the week. Could be a really interesting game. You just played the Pats, and I just played the Lions. So I'll let you hit this one first. Who do you think's gonna win this game?
Mm, honestly, I think the Pats go in that game because he's straight. So Yeah, he gonna win that game.
All right. I do think this, despite the records, I think this is going to be a relatively close game, just because Bunny likes to run with the QB. Although, J Drop is going to light up the scoreboard on Bunny. So I imagine the Patriots are going to score probably 50 plus. Lions will be in the 30s somewhere. That's my guess, maybe a little lower. I'm not sure. But I'm going to take the Patriots here to pull it away in the second half. Next, we got the Titans versus the Texans CPU. This will be a Titans force win, or he'll play the computer. Next, we got the Bengals at the Jaguars. Jags are also a CPU at the moment, so this one will also be a force win for Savan, or he'll play the CPU. Next, we have the Steelers at the Ravens. Steelers are 4-3. Ravens are 2-4. Chat really needs to get turned around with a win here. Took a bad loss to Savan last week. Steelers beat the Colts last week. I'll let you go with this one first. AFC North battle.
What team you said?
Steelers and Ravens.
The Ravens. They got a good run game.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
the
I
Ravens take
think so
that.
as well. His team is a little better. He's a little more two, not as one-dimensional on offense as the Steelers. So I'm gonna take the Ravens as well. Next, we got the Packers at the Dolphins. Pack are 5-1. Dolphins are 3-4. Kind of sputtering a little bit. He needs to get his season back on track. Packers leading, of course, the NFC North this year. You played Dean a few weeks ago. I've also played Dean. I'll let you hit this one first. Who do you think's gonna win this game?
I think the Packers gonna win that game. They got a good mobile QB who can throw the ball, and Dean got Bryce Love,
Yep,
so
he's
he
the
knows
X
what he's
factor
doing over
now.
there.
Yeah, I think the Packers can take care of business here. It should be maybe a close game in the first half, but I think Dean will pull away in the second half. Next, we got the Raiders CPU because he's on autopilot versus the Bills. Um, Bills will get the force win, or they'll play the CPU. Of course, he's 6-1 or 5-1. Next, we got the Bucks at the Vikings. Bucks are 4-3. Vikings are 3-4. Could be a very close game. I feel like both of them pretty good defensive users. This is gonna be one of the better games of the week. I feel like. I'm gonna take Herc here. I think he's doing the right things he has to do right now on offense. I think he's going to win a very close game over the Bucks. What about you?
Yeah, I think Hurt could take it with that run game he do. So Hurt might take that game all the way.
All right. Next, we have the Falcons at 4-3 versus the 3-3 Panthers. Panthers are winning games now. He's on a win streak, I believe, 3 in a row. So he's doing what he has to do for his season right now. Tough game here against Snoop. I think he'll play him tough, but in the end, I think that Atlanta and their strong run game, even better defense, are going to win this game.
Yeah, Atlanta go pull it off at the end. I feel like it's gonna be a good game, like you said. But then Atlanta go take that game at the end.
Next, we got the undefeated Rams versus the 0-7 49ers. Rams 6-0, 49ers 0-7. These games have been close here and there, but Jimmy's a really good user. Nothing take anything away from Silk. But I'm going to take the Rams here big.
Yeah, for sure. The Rams will take this game.
Next, we got the Cowboys at 1-5. Season on life alert at this point for Dwayne. Needs to get a win here versus the 4-2 surging Eagles. So this is going to be one of those NFC East battles. They're always tough. I think that it will be a closer game than the records would show, but I'm going to get the Eagles in this one. He's got a little too much firepower on offense, I feel like.
Yeah. The Eagles been balling, man.
Yep.
And that man been balling. Yeah, I think the Eagles gonna take that.
All right, I'm gonna skip our game. I'll come back to it. We got the Broncos at 2-5 versus the 3-3 Chiefs, who lead their division at 3-3. So this is a very important game for these two. Definitely the AFC West at the moment is the weakest division, just because there's two CPU teams basically with the Raiders and autopilot. Could be a tough game here. I think London plays good. Nobody's played a tougher schedule than Denver at this point in the year, though, and we know that he can play. Won a playoff game last year. I'm going to take the Broncos to bounce back with another win
That's it.
here. A relatively close game. What about you?
Yeah, I think the Broncos go bounce back. The Broncos need this win, so I feel like he go bounce back.
I like it. And next to last game, got the Skins at 4-2 versus the 2-5 Seahawks. CJ's been up and down about playing his games. If he plays this game, I'm going to take the Seahawks to win this one relative ease. He's got a really strong passing attack. The defense is getting better. But only time will tell. Redskins have a good run game, solid defense. Um, it's gonna be a close game, but I'm gonna take Seattle here. What about you?
I'm gonna take the Redskins.
I like the pick.
Redskins gonna take
Uh,
that.
and the coup de grace of the week, we have the 4-2 Bears versus the 6-1 Jets. Both teams playing better now than they were early in the year, at least I think. So it's gonna be a really interesting game here. I'll let you hit this one first. What do you think?
Oh, I think Jets gonna take this game. Andrew's a problem. That boy cold.
Yeah, we got some for that. I'm not worried about it. I do think I think the roster is really good, really good. And with Tariq Cohen hurt for the Bears, that might be bad news. I'm gonna take the Jets to win this one, although by a relatively close score. I'm gonna say Jets win by 7. Um,
Yeah, it'll
that's
be a good game.
all right. That's gonna do it for the predictions video. Happy to have you here, Lil C. Definitely looking to have you here in the future. Everybody get your games in and have a good day.